Hi everybody, my name's Carolyn, Tindle, psychic medium.
And my name is psychic medium Jordan Corbin, and you have all seen us on Help Heal Serve. In today's video, Cara's going to be, you haven't been on here for a little while, have you, Cara?
No, and do you know what, Jordan, in mediumship it's okay to come in and go out of it, because sometimes you need to recharge your own batteries. You need the things going on in your personal life where you couldn't give somebody a good read, or you couldn't give somebody the validation or the evidence they need when you've got your own personal things going on. So it's okay now and then just to go away and recharge your batteries, and you'll feel better for doing it.
And I think a lot of people will like warm up to that, because a lot of people, when they look at mediums, they just think they're these sorts of machines, and they don't need rest, they don't need sleep, they don't need time to themselves. And it's actually the complete polar opposite. It's very normal for a medium to have things happening in their world that they need to address.
You know?
You know what I mean?
I lost Tommy, I lost the cat.
Yeah, you did. You went through a lot of things.
Your mum's been in the hospital, so I've been through quite a lot. So that's why I just needed my time to recharge my batteries. But now I'm getting back into it, a big style, and I intend to just, I'm full throttle from now.
And you've heard it here first, right? So you're going to see a video every other week, and if you don't, get in the Cara's comments and ask when the next video is going to be, because we're going to make sure.
I don't know.
But make sure that you hit that subscribe button, make sure the notifications bell's on so you don't miss out on any of Cara's future videos, and let Cara know down in the comment section if there's anything you'd like to know. And
thanks for the people that have been emailing and stuff. There was a bit of technical problems with Zoom with a few people, but emailing, I can easy get in touch through email, definitely.
And again, just like Cara said there, obviously I know this is Cara's channel, but you've all got the Help Heal Serve email as well. So if you can't get in touch with Cara and you want to get in touch with me so I can get in touch with Cara, there's email chains galore for you. If
Spirit wants something to happen, it will happen. Simple as that.
So coming back to obviously your journey and your path, and you've had a lot of things going on, what advice would you give to somebody who's an aspiring medium, who wants to do work like yourself, who works evidentially, who can, more importantly, prove that you can work evidentially? What advice would you give to them in terms of, because a lot of people, I know we laugh, right, but a lot of people do believe that if you step away from mediumship, that's it, it's gone. The spirit world have turned their back on you. They don't want nothing to do with you. That's it. They're not like human beings.
Jordan, the God's truth is, if you're doing spiritism and you've been on the journey for such a long time, which I have been, and you step away for a reason, I trust in spirit so much, more than I trust any person. I trust in spirit, that there'll be a reason for it. They're downloading, 100%. They're giving you more information. There's things that you're just upgrading. So as you step away from spirit, I believe you're upgrading. And I believe I stepped away for a little bit. Twice I have, but they'll never, if you're meant to be in spiritism, you're meant to be working as a medium or doing anything, right, whatever you want to be doing. If you cannot step away from it and not come back into it, because spirit will not allow that. You have to trust, and this is a word I will get tattooed, not a word, but trust the process, and trust is the main word. Trust, because if you don't trust yourself, how can you prove to anybody else? So you've got to trust it. It's the biggest word.
It's the biggest core foundation, isn't it, in mediumship? Being able to believe in who you are and what you can give to the spirit world. In your everyday life, it mirrors over into mediumship.
Of course it does.
It's
a massive word, and it's such a big thing. There's nothing more pressurising. And I think there's so many people that will relate to this. If somebody phones you or texts you or whatever, can I book you in for a read? The first thing that some people will feel is panic. So all you're doing straight away there is you're stepping in between you and spirit.
The mind.
So you have to trust yourself, because if you get in the way, which I've met a great woman called Elaine, who I've been working with as well, and she's been doing mediumship for a long time, and our advice is great as well. But get in touch with anybody who you want. If you want to find your teacher, you want to find the person you want to relate to, you'll find any single medium you can relate to some and not to others. If you feel like you relate to somebody, then that's the one.
It's like the Marmite effect, isn't it?
Of course it is. Jordan, I've done it myself. There's mediums who I love and mediums who I'm not so keen on. But it's just, I think when you find your medium and you think, well, why am I on this page, or why am I following this person? Because spirit, it's all engineered.
I mean, 100%. You took the words right out of my mouth. It's engineered and sculpted by spirit. Like, loads of people who like find my channel, right? They'll be like, "Oh my god, I just found your channel. It's amazing. Like, it's everything." And it's like, it's not. It's. I don't know why I put the Donald Duck voice on. I'm not saying you sound like Donald Duck, but they're like, "Oh, it's amazing." It's like, well, yeah, because spirit have literally took you by the hand, metaphorically speaking. They've took you by the hand. They've placed you into an education place where you can learn.
I'm the serious one.
Yeah, Carol's the serious one. I pull all the funny faces and funny noises. But yeah, what do you think, right? If you were to come away from mediumship after 3 years of refining your clairsenses, after refining those extrasensory abilities, if you come away and stepped away from it after 3 years of full on being involved with mediumship, do you think in a 2 weeks' time you would forget it?
Forget mediumship? No, never ever.
Well, and this is genuine. This is genuinely a concern.
Even if you step away from it,
yeah,
there's always something in the back of your mind, or something that'll give you, even if it's just like, you know, you think of someone and you see them. It's that kind of thing. You know, it never fully leaves you, but you can step away from it to recharge yourself, recharge your own batteries. You've got to take care of the vessel.
Yeah.
When that's all you are, is that you've got to take care of this, otherwise they can't work. So
how many of you, right, let me know down in the comment section below, how many of you have heard by someone that the spirit world makes you sick? I guarantee you they don't make you sick. Like what Carolyn's just said, right? They don't need to make you sick. You make yourself sick by not maintaining the vessel, by not maintaining your energy reserves, by not maintaining your mental and emotional functions, by... It's all down to the human, not as mankind love passing the buck, you know. They don't like anything to be of mankind. It's always spirit.
Because what on YouTube, but sometimes when you think some people say, and you honestly want to look, you want to shake them and say, where on earth are you coming from? Some of the things you say, where have you heard this? And it's just like other people's beliefs are instilled in them, you know. Oh, well, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. You do a Ouija board, then you're going to have the house, things are going to be moving around, and you think, where on earth do you... It's your beliefs. If you believe that's going to happen, then of course.
What you choose to accept is what you welcome into your world. If you are happy with the understandings that Hollywood have depicted, where little baby Annabelle is going to come after you and start writing on your walls, if you're terrified that paranormal activity is going to be an outcome of your paranormal experiences, then guess what, my friends? Like, there's nothing me, Cara, or any other medium can do to help you. You yourself, through the power of your own suggestion, are implanting these notions into the forefront of your mind, and you're going to make spirit communication terrifying. I mean, I love terrifying spirit communication. I forgot to tell you, you know, the other night, I mean, I'm not going to say it, well, I'm going to tell you, right? I was just falling asleep, right, and I just seen two little blue eyes looking at us, right, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then my arm just lifted up from my bed, and I shook its hand. It was just class, really. I know it's creepy, but I love stuff like that.
I think it's creepy. But I think, again, it's your own beliefs. If you tell yourself when you wake up in the morning, I'm going to have a bad day, guess what? You'll have a bad day. But you've just got to just trust the process. You know, just don't tell yourself, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do that, because guess what? You can't. You've got to change this mindset.
I mean, like, would you agree on this, like, Cara? Like, most people who come into mediumship, they're going to be their worst enemy. It's not mediumship that's difficult. It's believing in yourself, believing that you can overcome the struggles, the hurdles in mediumship. Mm-hmm. Do you think that would be? I personally think a lot of your audience, a lot of people who come onto your platform, are going to find that they're their own worst enemy. Like, they can be. Mediumship can be simple-ish, or it can be made really difficult. And normally you find that people who it's difficult for are the not to say stereotypes, because it sounds really horrible, that, but the people who follow the practitioners that you need to protect from spirit. You need to do this. You have to protect from poor understandings, bad teachings. If you have a good understanding, it supersedes the notion of protection. I mean... Listen, honestly, do what works for you. Yeah. I get that. I went to the Arthur Findlay College a long time ago, and the teachers, which I'm not dissing anyway, because there's some good teachers. Oh, there's loads of good teachers. It was a long time ago, because when you first get into mediumship, you don't know where to go. You know, do you go to open circles? You just don't know. Like a lost lamb, really. Of course, you've got to find your feet. Find, you know, who works for you, whatever. But I remember sitting there and they're saying, you know, protect yourself and put yourself in a bubble and all that. And I was just sitting at the time thinking, this doesn't feel right for me. I don't want to sit here with my eyes closed and breathing techniques. Okay, breathing techniques, but to sit in a bubble,
and protect yourself. And I was thinking, protect myself
Yeah,
from what? Protect myself from what? You don't need to do that. But if you feel that that works for you, then of course that's how you can do it. You've got to do what sits right with you. And when I spoke to another medium a long time after that, and we're just talking about different things, and she said, I don't sit in the bubble. And I went, I don't. And I was so glad that I found somebody, because all I do is I just sit. If you just sit for spirit, just sit in the quiet, sit with your mind still, let them get the messages through, and just breathe. Just take the time out and just breathe and just let spirit come through. And I don't want to say sit in the power. All I see is I sit.
I'm the same as you, Cara, when it comes to that.
I just want to say sit for spirit. Just sit for spirit.
It's more personal, isn't it?
Of course it is.
And I think, right, a lot of people, what happens is they have this complete disconnect. They believe that being a medium is something that's a gift. It's bestowed upon you. It's only certain people who can do it. It's only these. But the thing is what one human being can do, every human being can do. And I think that's where they get suckered into a lot of these notions, because it'll be passed down from person to person, or it might be heard. It's great that people have these ideologies of protecting from something they claim to love, and they're protecting from something they want to work with. It's crazy, that, isn't it? Because when you put it in that concept, if you had a best friend, or you had a best friend who you would vouch for, you would take a bullet for, and then in the next breath they're like, oh, can you come and give us a hand with this little task? No, stay away from me. I don't want anything to do with you. But hang on, you just said you'll take a bullet for us. You're meant to be my best friend. No, stay away from me. You're only my best friend when it serves me. When I want something from you, you are my best friend. I'll take that bullet. But then in the next breath, I don't want anything to do with you. It's kind of the same concept when you look at it like out of the spirit world, because you've got loads of people who actively love the spirit world. They want to work with the spirit world. But the problem is there's so many ideologies.
Tell us so what you're protecting from, because let's just say your sitter's there, right?
Invisible spirits. Oh, the hitters.
See, I'm serious.
That shouldn't say that, really, should it?
Like I said, you're sitting with a sitter, and but asking you beforehand to protect yourself. If spirit will want to give you a message for somebody, what are you protecting from? You know, because
100%.
People say, oh, this one's going to come through, that one's going to come through. They're not coming through to harm you. It's only your beliefs. Your beliefs are going to harm you.
But it's no, Cara. It's protecting your energy. But you've got to protect your energy. Protect from that ideology. It doesn't help.
It's just no. I just think that if you're going to give somebody a good read, you can just open up for spirit as you want. Say, I'm here. I'm ready to work. It's like picking up a phone. You know, I'm here. I'm ready. Are you ready? And then the sitter's there, and the message should just be flown.
Well, we often see on the channel, right, where you're liking the human being to being a mobile phone. And I know a lot of you are like, oh my God, Jordan's like you shouldn't be calling me a mobile phone. I'm calling you the latest mobile phone. But in the concept of a mobile phone, it's for two-way communication.
Of course it is.
Outgoing calls, incoming calls. Yes, I know you could argue and say, well, there's apps in that, Jordan, but its primary purpose and functionality is to be a receiver of radio waves to transmit and to receive. It's no different to the human form. The human form has designed within it clairsenses. Those clairsenses are going to receive that information so that you can speak it and articulate it. And you, through the power of intent, which is Cara's just made me mentioning, you're going to place your intent, and then you're going to initiate the phone call using this to a friend. I've used that many different times in examples. And I personally think, I don't know about you, but I think it's quite fitting to, I know I'm not saying that human beings are mobile phones, but in that concept you can kind of see how that connection takes place, the passage of information. Fair enough, it's not radio waves, it's energy spirit used, but the clairsenses are still going to perceive it and help you to be able to speak it.
But do what feels right for you as a medium. You know, if you want to say I'm picking the phone up, or you want to go to and open the door, mediums work in different ways to connect to spirit. You've got to find what works for you. I keep saying that, but you have to find what feels right for you, because you wouldn't want to go to a job that doesn't feel right. I mean, you do. Many people do go to a job that don't feel right. But if you feel like it's not right, then don't do it, and then you're not going to enjoy doing it. You've got to enjoy doing it. It's a journey that you should be enjoying.
100%.
A fantastic journey. That, don't get me wrong, trials and tribulations, not always easy.
Frustrating.
Very, very frustrating at times. Very frustrating at times.
But it's so rewarding, isn't it?
Of course it is.
Like,
Of course it is.
It's rewarding in ways in which that you'll all come to learn. Like, it doesn't matter how many stories we tell in our personal
And
experiences.
you'll make your
with
own
spirit.
stories, which is really good. You'll have your own
exactly
stories.
that. It's about writing your own book, isn't it? Your
Of
own
course it
story with the spirit world, and being able to forge your own unique connection from Carol's understandings that you're all going to be seeing, because you heard it as well. I heard it as well. Spirit heard it. You're going to see lots of different educational videos on this channel to help each and every one of you to work your way through all of the different mediumship trials. Remember, you can always let Cara know as well, like if you are struggling with a certain topic, because then it'll prompt Cara to make a video around that.
Just by email though, it's just easier by email because so many problems on Zoom.
Oh, do you not like it? No, I mean in the comment section.
Oh, comments, yeah, but I don't mind people getting in touch by email.
Aye.
Because then if people want to take
I think
more
most people...
but some people who are more some people are just one person.
They don't want them on
and
there.
I get things,
I get that.
some people don't want things opened up, and I get it, you know, I get that. I don't mind answering emails at all, Jordan.
Yeah. In terms of your energy in that, right, and so we've spoken there about many different things that people will do and how they'll do different rituals, but I think what's really important for, like, with the help people to understand is, I know you touched up on it before, but being unique. Not just being a shadow or what people want you to be. You've got to step not into your own power, because we're going to stay away from that, but be the person you are always ought to be. You know, in mediumship, it's no good doing something, touching up on what Cara said before, if you don't feel comfortable in it. For example, right, you go into a location and people are telling you you've got to sing, or listen, every place has got their own ways of doing it. But sometimes, like, if you don't feel right in that situation, that's like literally your intuition, your spirit team saying, look, this isn't what you need to learn. Some people thrive in it. Some people love that style of learning, and there's nothing wrong with it. But do what is naturally right for you, what you feel comfortable with. Don't force yourself to, because believers, right, and Carol back us up on this, mediumship is like a roller coaster from the start to the finish. It's not easy, so you want to make it as simple as you can. If something doesn't sit right with you, if something doesn't feel right with you, you need to get rid of it. Mediumship is different for every person. Whilst we're all used to the same clairsenses, and whilst we use the same extrasensory perceptions because we're all human beings, it's going to be very different ways that you've been constructed through different changes within your emotions, with environmental changes, the way that you've had to develop all of these different clairs. Maybe if you've come from a very, like, a dark background or childhood or something emotionally, you're going to have refined your clair empathy emotions. You're going to be fully in tune with that. Some people who've went through life and they've not really had many experiences, they've not had anything, they'll be more claircognizant, or they might have more clairvoyance. So, I mean, that's just throwing it out there. I'm not saying that's specifically going to be the case, but to give you a little bit of a gauge and a reference point why some people may have stronger clair abilities than others. It depends on the situations that you've been in, the circumstances that you've found yourself faced with.
I just think you just be the best version of yourself. Don't try to be like anybody else, basically. If you try and complicate things, it becomes complicated.
Be unique.
You don't want it to be complicated. Just be the best version of yourself. If you try and be like somebody else, as you're saying, it's not going to work. But if you go and just find your own way of working and what feels right for you, it will work. And that's what you've got to tell yourself. This will work. You've got to tell yourself that. Because if you tell yourself you're going to fail, you'll fail. Eh?
You got this.
Yeah, but you've just got to tell yourself. I'm the serious one, he's not. You've just got to tell yourself that you'll do it, and you will.
What would you recommend to anyone new coming into mediumship, right? Let's just spitball here, right? What would you recommend to anyone new coming into mediumship who's a little bit on the fence with whether they can do it, or they're a little bit on the fence of whether it's something that they should start to embark on in terms of a journey? What would you see the benefits of mediumship?
What would I advise them to start on? I mean, things that we might not agree with, which is good. It's good that we don't agree on everything, but I think it's something that you're first starting out with. Obviously, YouTube is a great platform now that it wasn't something I was really into when I first got into it a long time ago. So when I first got into mediumship, it was finding churches and going to open circles, but finding like-minded people. You've got to find your tribe, find your crew, people who will support you. You know, always on this mediumship journey, you'll find people
help you serve family. People
who are always going to be against you. It's not all airs and graces. You know, there's some violent people out there who will do anything they can to bring you down. So I've got pretty thick skin. Doesn't bother me. Bring it on.
And that's one of the things, like you've said there, like there will be a lot of people who might be nervous or might be scared of stepping into communities or even working on their own.
You're
so
going to
what
be
would
nervous
you
when
say
you
for
go
that?
to your first job. You're going to be nervous when you go to an interview for you're nervy. If you don't feel the nerves, you're not live.
That is a very valid point. Yeah.
You go to a job and you're terrified. Of course, how can anybody just say, I'm going to go and give somebody a reading, not be scared for the first time, or I'm going to go to a church and not be scared. You've just
it's that adrenaline, isn't it?
It's not just that, but every single thing that happens will make you stronger. You will overcome these things, and that nerves. It's a horrible thing. Nerves. It's horrible, and it can become your own worst enemy. Nerves, because it can stop you on the journey really. So you've got to overcome the nerves, but you will if you just be persistent. You've got to be persistent in what you want to do.
And that's to be fair, right? Like you've just said there, like you've put it like to anyone who's watching it. I mean, that like sums it up in mediumship, isn't it? It's about understanding, finding everything that you're looking for it, but understanding there's a lot more to get out of it. It can be really frustrating. Not just in readings, like I personally as well, right? Like I know, like I openly speak about how readings are just a part of mediumship, right? But I think the actual journey of learning who you are as a medium on a spiritual level. I remember the first time I ever done a meditation and I cried my little eyes out because it was the first time I had actually took myself away from everything that was happening in the world and actually put myself into a position where I didn't really feel comfortable because I hadn't done it before. And most people, especially men, get laughed at the idea of doing meditations. So I was just like, oh, should I even do this? And I was like, well, I wasn't sitting like that. But, I remember the first time I did a meditation and I literally put music on and I just spent about 15 minutes crying. And it wasn't even through mediumship. It was literally just connecting to yourself on a spiritual level, learning the person that you are, understanding that the soul part of you, the intuition part of you, all works in harmony with you, but for the entirety of your life. Most of us don't listen to it. Most of us don't listen to intuition. It's like a backseat driver in our life. It'll tell us to either, for example, take the job, or your intuition might be saying take the relationship, job or relationship, and you'll take neither, and you'll just go and do something completely different. And this is the reality when you're coming into mediumship. Like, just the reading part of it, like there's so much more to you that you're going to start to learn. Try to stay away from all the spiritual terms. And I know this is Carol's channel, but Carol probably back us up on this. A lot of the time when it comes into the spiritual terminologies, the reason why they're bamboozling, the reason why they don't make any sense to you, the reason why they sound amazing and is for that they've been hyped up. They've been made to feel so far out of your reach that I've done this video on grand awakenings. So like spiritual awakenings and stuff. What's your thoughts on them?
On spiritual awakenings?
Well, like grand. So basically, right, to put it in the context, like mankind believe in awakenings. Now we know that awakenings are where you could become aware of energy.
Yes, well, a spiritual awakening, as I've talked about before on your channel and my channel, I think is, I definitely had a spiritual awakening a long, long time ago, and I remember exactly where I was when I woke up that morning and said I want to be a medium. Yeah. And then thought to myself, what on earth is this?
So you
living in Spain, and I was thinking, what on earth is this? I want to be a medium. And I was working in a bar in Spain at the time, and all day it wouldn't leave us, and I thought, what on? And honestly, I was questioning myself, and I thought, am I going crazy or what? And honestly, so for me, that was my spiritual awakening.
Yeah.
It's never
100%.
left me since that day, which was probably 10 years ago now. In all my life, I've been to churches when I was younger and stuff, but not like that. Not when I woke up that morning.
Yeah.
It's that for me. Yeah, I had a spiritual awakening that day. Definitely.
That's exactly what I explained. So in that moment, you become aware of energy.
100%.
You are fine.
They got my attention like that, and they've never ever left my sight since that day. Never.
The problem that we have, right, is there's loads of people chasing this awakening. They're all chasing it, right, Cara?
You can't chase it.
The problem is, though, it's happened for most people. It's already happened, but because people have put the word grand in front of it, the grand awakening, the Kundalini, they've made loads of different terminologies for this awakening, right? the problem is
not-
with
why
that,
complicate
energy's
it?
already awakened within you.
Why
It's
not a
your
channel?
awareness.
They're already awake. If they're watching this, they're already awake.
Exactly. High five, mate. High five. High five. You're already awake. I couldn't have put it better myself. Each and every one of you. I know it's not what you want to hear from me, but you have had your awakening. You are watching a channel to gain valuable insights about how you can connect with the spirit world. You've had your awakening. But the problem is Barbara down at Spiritualist Church, and I do apologise if your name is Barbara, and I do apologise if you also go to a Spiritualist Church. But there's this one grand seer who's had this experience of a grand awakening, and what happened was, in that moment, their grand awakening was they were taken up to see baby Jesus, they were given this gift, they were told that they are the only person on the planet who can save mankind, they have to do this, they have to do that. And then you hear that story, and you're like, well, I haven't had a grand awakening, because I haven't been to see little baby Jesus, I haven't been riding around on unicorns and stuff. Like, the problem is the reality of it is, whilst I've made that quite funny and sound quite comical, the ideology of it being anything other than just being aware of energy is comical. And I know a lot of you buy into that notion, and that's where it becomes damaging for each and every one of you. We need to start stripping it back to basics. An awakening is where you consciously become aware of energy, whether that be through your thought process, whether that be the wants, needs and desires to learn about the spirit world, as you are doing now. You have went through an awakening, but so many people are chasing it to be this magical experience.
Of course.
And
The
that's
best
why they
thing I
never
can
feel
say
it.
about mediumship is, don't complicate it. Because if you complicate it, it will become complicated. So just do what feels right for you. And they will match up, they will follow. Spirit are so aware of what's going on in your life, in your family's life, and on the earth plane. They know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
Don't complicate it, because, like I say, it'll just...
What
no need.
would you say to somebody, Cara, who doesn't believe what we believe, but they believe that they're being punished or penalised by spirit? For example, if I give a hypothetical scenario, somebody's been trying to become a medium for years and years and years, and it's just not working out for them.
The only thing that's aware of spirit is yourself.
Yeah.
So you're telling yourself, oh, this isn't going to work, or that's not going to work, or I'm not going to be good at this, I'm not going to be good at that, or this, I feel like I've got... It's only yourself that's making it complicated. And then you are getting in spirit's way. You've got to get yourself out, you've got to get the vessel out the way for them to be able to get the messages through to you. So you believe what you tell yourself, as in everyday life as well, not just in mediumship, in everyday life, you believe what you tell yourself. You've got to trust the vessel.
And if you are somebody who's like been trying actively and you haven't, ask yourself the question. I know it hurts, and I know you probably won't want to hear it like this, but ask yourself the question, do your understanding serve you? Because I can guarantee you, if you aren't connecting to spirit, that there's something has went wrong. It's not the spirit world hate you, it's not the spirit world penalise you, it's not the fact that they're ushering you out because you have different beliefs of everyone else. Something within your logic, your human understanding, does not serve you. That's because of content you've absorbed, that's because you've probably watched multiple different tutors. Remember, like Caroline said, every tutor is unique, every unique person is unique. Therefore, they're going to have different ideologies, theories. Some people...
Look at your surroundings.
Yeah.
Sometimes your surroundings or the energy around you might not be working for you. Because everything's energy. And, you know, I do believe in finding your tribe and finding people who you can kind of bounce off, or people who are going to elevate, people who are going to help you. Not people who are going to bring you down, because if they bring you down, it's going to happen.
It's like, for example, we'll give an example here, right, of what we're talking about there. We're not going to use a community, but let's just say, like, where you're in some form of a group. This happens all the time online, right? If you're in a group online and you start progressing to the point where you are given evidence, direction, evidence and clarity, you are given the three key terms there, right, in a reading. Because if you don't have one of them, it can't be a reading. If there's no direction, clarity or purpose in a reading, then unfortunately it's not a reading. The person needs to understand that information. But let's just say you're getting really good online and you're doing reading after reading after reading, and it's perfect, and people in that community start turning on you, they don't like you. This is natural, because you become a threat. And unfortunately, right, a lot of people who come into this line of work believe that it's all the love in the... I can't see it. Can you finish this? Love and... Can you see it?
What,
love and... What is it called?
Love and light.
Oh! That word is there to help people to conform, to fit in. People shouldn't be fitting in if you're unique. You shouldn't need to fit in with society. And I forgot what I was saying there, but it freaks us out every time honestly, that word, it's crazy though, the amount of people out go living like, stop. Like, obviously you can with Cara mate, but no, I don't like it. Because I just don't think people have to say something to be like accepted by everyone. No, that's the point I was trying to make, sorry, about the communities. When you start getting good within your evidence, expect communities to usher you out. Don't think everyone's going to welcome you and embrace you with open arms when you become a threat. Because it's not going to happen, me friend.
Definitely not.
It's not going to happen.
But you know what? It'll only make you stronger.
But we'll always accept you.
It'll only make you stronger. Things that come up against you will only make you stronger. It's as simple as that. It's all, excuse me, it's all part of your journey, really.
The last thing I think would be worth coming to, right, it would be for anyone who's wanting to become a medium. What would be the best? Sorry if you hear any noises. Yeah,
it's a big day for football.
It's a big day for
football.
It's a big day. I don't want you thinking spirit or screaming through me, Mike.
I know.
We should have mentioned it at the beginning, but
I know. It's a big day, but Derby Day.
Aye, Derby Day, Newcastle versus Sunderland.
Geordie's in the Mackhams yet.
Aye, I
don't even think Newcastle's just scored, I think. If you're a Mackham, I do apologise.
if somebody was coming into mediumship, right, what would be your first go-to thing for them to do, like in terms of their development? What do you think is the most important stage of it? Would you say meditation is going to be key?
I'll be honest with you, when I first got into mediumship, I didn't know where I was going with it. And I'd heard, because when I woke up that morning and thought I'm going to be a medium, I went, oh my God, what is this? And it was literally the next day I seen online there was a meeting in Puerto Rico of mediums, and I thought, oh my God, I mean, if that wasn't a sign for me, what was?
Aye.
But I did. I went to this open circle with a guy who was from Portsmouth, however you say it. And I remember going to the open circle and thought, okay, it was interesting. But then through that, I then met somebody else. Then I met somebody else. And then it started to progress from there. And I think, obviously, getting in touch with a really well-known medium, which I did. And that's how I started. I started just opening, I don't know even how I can describe it, but when I came home from Spain, I started going to open circles. I started going to this place in Essex, which was his place, just to watch how the mediums worked and watch what they did. I got in touch with like-minded people, but it then just started to open up, you know what I mean? So it was just like it was a really, really good, it was just part of my journey, really. I think you're going to make it part of your journey.
So with your journey there, what about, for example, what would you recommend if somebody has been to a community and didn't enjoy it and they didn't feel welcome? Do you think you would still be at the same level if you practice with spirit in the comfort of your own home?
Listen, the good thing is now you've got this fantastic thing.
Power of the internet.
You've got the internet.
And that is like God sent, isn't it? Really.
There's so much so many people you can get in touch with. You can learn so much on YouTube, on Zoom. There's so many people who you can reach out to get help. So there's...
You're actually listening to Cara, who can help you. You found that channel for a reason.
I think with mediumship, if you want to do it, the only thing that will get in the way is your own excuses.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you say to yourself, it doesn't feel right today, or something, I'm too busy. You know, don't be too busy for spirit, because if you give them the dedication, they will reward you. And that is a guarantee, because they know what you're doing. And it's a journey that is just fascinating, and go with it. Just trust it and go with it.
Do you know what it is? You hit the nail on the head there, because I think a lot of people think it's just a case of spending a couple of hours a month and that's it. But the reality of it is, right, when you're learning yourself and you're learning how to work with media, learning yourself on a soul level is one thing, and then working mediumistically, it's like two completely different compartments. So if you can find time for yourself, that there's going to be paramount in your learning, isn't it? Like if somebody's watching this and they're like, Jordan, Cara, sorry, but I don't have 20 minutes a week to put aside for the spirit world. The problem is with that, you can watch as much content as you want, but if you don't actively practice...
And watch it when you want. You know, you haven't got to watch everything. Watch it in your time, but just don't make excuses. Because if you make excuses, then the spirit world are very, very aware of that.
Oh, well,
very aware.
Well, that's
obviously.
It. And you're cheating yourself, really, aren't you, from the opportunity.
You're only going to get out what you put in.
Yeah.
Basically. It's as simple as that.
and it's a rewarding role, isn't it? Like being able to help people
It's
to be able to help
fantastic,
themselves.
of course. It's so healing to know that you can give somebody else healing as well.
And
Somebody else needs that message. Somebody needs that message. They need you to work. Spirit world cannot work without you, and they need you to be there to pass that message on to somebody. So don't make excuses and just do it.
Aye, heard it first.
Exactly.
No more excuses.
No,
You've
definitely
found
not.
this channel for a reason now, so there's no more excuses.
No.
What, shall we wrap it up there then?
Yeah, let's
Do you
have. I
think
need a
we've-
cuppa. Yes, let's
Right,
wrap it up.
no
Yeah.
worries. Well, anyway, this was the very
I'm dying for a
first video
cuppa.
on the channel. Carol's dying for a cuppa. We're going to be recording a Zoom podcast, so we're going to love yous all and leave yous all. If you did enjoy this video, Carol's going to have videos pinned. Sorry, I'll try not to poke you in the eye. Just up there and there.
Yeah. I will be
And-
doing a lot more videos as well.
Of course. Got no
Get
choice
into it.
now.
No choice.
It's at
I'm
the
making no
beginning of the video.
excuses.
I'm going to leave it in for your audience.
No excuses. I've had to recharge my batteries for my own personal things.
Exactly, mate.
And-
Exactly. You don't need to explain yourself, man. It is what it is.
I know.
It is what it is, and I'm sure everyone
And then
who's
more
watching this.
paranormal investigations as well.
Oh,
Which
we
I
do
love.
love the
I
paranormal
love.
investigations, man. We do love the
I
paranormal.
love the paranormal investigation side. Does it go hand in hand? Everyone's got that one thing. Does it go hand in hand?
I personally think, right?
I've had conflicts myself thinking, no, it doesn't. But then I've been myself and thinking, you know what? No, it does. Of course it does.
Yeah, I think.
You're working with ghosts and spirits. Yes, I get it's different. But
yeah.
I do think you're still working with energy. It's all energy.
I think, well, that's it. I think as well, right? Like,
But I love the investigation side
I
of it.
personally
love it.
think, like, the paranormal side of it, it's like being a soldier and sent to a war-torn country and being given a gun without the bullets. Like, it's not going to happen. They need to have bullets to be able to fire that weapon. And I think a facet of mediumship has to be the paranormal, because you're working with energy that you believe in and you want to believe in. You're proving with evidence it's there. But then, like, when they're doing things for you or they're moving things for you, like, then we're getting fear from an energy that we're already working with and we're already knowing, we love and adore. So it's, I think though we'll do a full video on that. I think that'll be a really good topic. Let me know down in the comment section if you'd like to hear Cara's videos and experiences with the paranormal, because I know you've got loads. We've even got loads of videos on the channel, haven't we?
I know.
And we do love the paranormal, like
Love
seriously, it's absolutely amazing.
Love it.
Anyway,
Right.
I'm going to love you all and leave you all.
Bye for now.
And see you later.